Hello everyone. Hi guys, we're going to wait a little bit until more people gather. We're waiting for some viewers. Hello, there is someone here already. What about the questions? Where can they be asked? Let me see. Hello. Okay. All right. I think we should introduce ourselves. Like starting introducing.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Alexandra Inakieva, or just Alex, admissions counselor and recruitment coordinator at the American University in Bulgaria, working with Kazakhstan. And this is my colleague.
Hello everyone, I'm also Alexandra, so for you it will be easy to remember both of us. Admissions counselor and recruiter responsible for students coming from Albania and Kosovo as well. And today we're going to speak a lot about interesting topics. I would like to actually invite all of you who have questions, something that you want to share, just interrupt us anytime, and then we'll read the questions.
We'll actually try to explain things, and if something is unclear, of course, we'll interrupt for questions. Today we are going to talk about American style education in Europe and how you can get it. When we talk about American style education, we first of all basically are speaking about the education system that is very popular in the United States. It's called liberal arts education system. And at the American University in Bulgaria, we have implemented this education system, and students are educated within this kind of philosophy of education. It is based on the concept of freedom of choice, and basically the students are free to choose what they study with us, have their own curriculum, and choose their professors. It is thought that being able to choose all these things and having the freedom to choose will make you a more open-minded person, a more conscientious person, and you will get used to pursuing your own interests and true passions. And this way, you're most probably going to become a real professionalist in the field of study that you have chosen. So to say, this education is going to be designed by you, and it will follow your interests. During your education, you will be able to experiment a lot and try a lot of new things. And this way, you are going to be able to gain a wide perspective on knowledge, which is something that is very difficult, different from actually in contrast with other universities and other education systems that are popular not only in Europe but also in Kazakhstan and maybe most of the ex-Soviet countries, where you choose your major before you enter the university and you receive education in a very narrow mm, field of study. You get your profession, and this is something that is actually in contrast with the liberal arts education system, where when you apply, you don't have to choose your major at the beginning. This is what we mean when we say that you can experiment. During the first 2 years of your education, you can change your majors and take different subjects from the general education subjects that we offer here. So you will be able to make a very informed decision, informed about yourself and what you really enjoy studying and doing. After that, it's very important that to know that you can actually combine majors and minors. Not only that you have the opportunity to choose it on a later stage when you are more clear about yourself and your personal strengths and interests, but you can also combine them in whichever way you would like. So another thing that is really important feature from the liberal arts education system are the extracurricular activities. Would you like to say something about the extracurricular activities?
Sorry guys, but here in the room is super hot, that's why I'm a bit red. About extracurricular activities in NUBG, there are plenty to do on campus, and that's why liberal arts education is so popular. Because we have more than 40 different clubs where our students are actually able to explore their interests, their hobbies, what they like doing. And actually, Alex, I would prefer if you explain a bit how many clubs we have, what kind of different activities our students, when they come here, can do, and maybe share some examples about the startup.
Yeah, we do have over 40 student clubs which are divided by interests. And this is how actually you can start exploring your passions. Uh, for example, if you're interested in politics, we have a Mobile European Union student club. Or if you're interested in sports, we have ABG Olympics club. Or if you like dancing and singing, we have a Broadway student club. And within these student clubs, our students are very busy with different projects and activities. And actually, being a part of the student club takes up probably half the time of their studies here in the university. Not only are they busy doing different projects connected with the lectures that they take during classes, but they're also very busy during these activities from the student clubs.
I can share like an example of a student of mine. She's part of the startup community. She's part of the startup club, and it's for those of you who have an entrepreneurship mindset, those of you who would like to become the young leaders of the world, and those of you who would like to create their own business. So this is one of the best clubs, in my opinion, that we have on campus, and basically all of our students are able to join it and actually really themselves understand how they can build up a company, how you can organize, from where to start, finding sponsors, finding all those accelerators which can help you actually find the money for creating your own company and your own business. A lot of things that our students are doing here on campus in those clubs are helping them building this thick CV. And once you graduate, you already have like a lot of experience which you can show to your future employers. So this is the difference between a liberal arts institution and other universities. And that's why American style education is so important nowadays, because if you read some of the recent researches, a lot of the jobs are going to change in the future. A lot of the careers are going to be different. And there is a research which is showing that a lot of the nowadays work which is being done by people is going to change into robots. A lot of robots are going to do our job, and we need to have this critical mindset, critical thinking, and this is what liberal arts institutions are teaching you, and they're so important.
Yes, actually, the students graduating from such universities tend to be really flexible and adaptive. And like Alex said, they have critical thinking skills and leadership skills. These are the people that are the game changers of today, of the future, and these are the people with creative thinking who can suggest what steps to be taken into changing our own environments and, of course, on a greater scale, even the world. It is really important in today's world to pursue your own interests and finding your own purpose, and also helping others find their own purpose, so everyone can contribute to this situation where, like Alex said, automation and technologies are taking over and over. Uh, more and more actually, and the people factor is really important, and this is something that is going to be considered with considered a lot more in the future, and these are the people that are going to be sought after for the best job opportunities.
Exactly. You'll be prepared for the future. You'll be flexible, adaptable, what Alex already said.
Okay, so I think we can move on to with the application process, how to enter into such universities, because probably your way of thinking of applying to universities is connected with the major that you have chosen. Like we already said, you don't have to choose your major here. Just apply for acceptance to the university itself. And now we'll show you what are our requirements so you can get a clear
Maybe
idea.
we can share the screen first.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And the page is loading.
So you should go to aubg.edu.
Yeah. And on the admissions tab, click how to apply. Our application process is very simple, so to say, because it's easy to apply in terms of it being online. All you have to do is start an online application form, and then you can see all the other requirements. We have an essay. When you click on every of these segments, you will see a short description on what is required from you. We have two topics. You can choose one of those and write the essay of 650 words, more or less. The next requirement are the two letters of recommendations. They could be from your academic advisors, and one should be from your teacher at school. You need to provide us with the high school transcript with the past 3 years of your education in high school. I know that many of you are graduating in the 11th grade and some of you in the 12th grade. It doesn't matter if you have to, your transcript has to cover the 3 years in your high school before the one that you are currently studying in. One of the most important things, of course, is the English proficiency test. And here are the tests that we accept. You can see them listed here. We accept TOEFL, paper or internet-based, IELTS, Cambridge Proficiency or Advanced Certificate, examination of the Certificate of Proficiency in English, and Pearson Test of English. Also, if you're a student in an international baccalaureate school, here are listed the requirements, and so on and so forth. I would like to say more about the free institutional TOEFL that we are offering at the moment and how you can apply for it. So if you're a graduating student, you want to apply to our university,
Maybe we can just show them also how to go on the page for the free TOEFL and then explaining eligibility. So when you're guys on this page, you can see under English proficiency test, there is the section free TOEFL. So you can press on it.
when you press on this page, you're going to see actually some tips
Yeah.
on how to take it successfully, how to prepare yourself, and there is another webinar on the topic, so you can follow that one for further information. But it's important for now to know if you're eligible or not, and these are the requirements. You have to apply for AUBG of 2018, start an application form, the same one that is required for application to the university, giving the information in it, and provide us with the essay and high school transcript for the past 3 years of your education. It is very important that you, if you already have a university education,
Amico, a cosa del dubbio
La camera, stiamo in scala.
Нищо човек не сме надали.
А ние вече лайф ли сме?
Не.
Не пише с broadcasting.
All right, we are back. Sorry, guys, some tech problems. You can see how technology can be really crucial. And you don't have to rely on it all the time. We were showing
We
you.
want to thank to our IT guy. Thank you for
Yeah.
recording us again. Sorry.
We were showing you how eligible to take the free institutional TOEFL, and here
Is it
we are.
sharing the page on the screen?
Yeah, I already. Yeah.
Okay.
So to know that if you have already taken any of the English proficiency tests that we told you about, and if you have a passing score in those, you are not going to be eligible to take our pre-institutional TOEFL. Also, another question that most of you are asking is whether or not you're going to be able to use these results for other universities. No, this is a free institutional TOEFL. That means that these results, these scores are going to be applicable only to the American University in Bulgaria. But it's a free way for you to take this English proficiency test. And like we said, we don't have any application fee for our university. This means that the application process is going to be entirely free for you. And this is something that I think all of you can take advantage of.
It's a great opportunity to save some money of your family as well.
Yeah.
So take advantage of it.
Yeah, you can see on this page that there are several useful links you can check and prepare yourself. The test itself is going to be on 20th of January, and you can register with the essay, high school transcript, and the application form by January 3rd. Remember these dates, and you can also see them on the webpage that we're showing you currently. So also, if you have any questions, you can reach out and send an email or a message or a phone call. You're going to see my details later. Um, what are we skipping? About
The scholarships, I know a lot of students are interested about scholarships. Would you like to explain what's the process? And I think it's important also to say about the deadline, guys. We have two different deadlines. One is the early admissions deadline, which me also as an advisor, I'm strongly recommending you to apply for. It is 1st of March, and Alex probably will explain now better why it is important to apply for the early admissions deadline and what kind of discounts we have for students who apply.
So if you apply by March 1st, you will get with the financial application form that you can see is um, an optional segment of our requirement list, and you provide the full set of the other documents. By March 1st, you're going to get a guaranteed discount from the tuition fee, which is going to be 30% discount for the first year of your education. And later on, if you keep good GPA in the university, you are going to continue to have a discount of 20%. And if you don't apply for financial aid with the financial aid application, you will still receive discount. It's going to be 20% for the first year and 10% for the consecutive 3 years of your education, of course, if you keep good GPA in the university. This is something that we are just granting to you, we are giving to you just because you applied early, and this is not a scholarship. Like I said, it's just a discount. Apart from that, we do have scholarships, two types of scholarships actually, merit-based and need-based scholarship. The merit-based scholarships are based on your academic merit, on your academic potential, and we are going to review all your academic documents that you provide. So the score in your English proficiency test, your high school diploma, your GPA or transcript in the GPA, GPA in the transcript, your essay, your CV and portfolio, which is another thing that we require for admission. These are all important documents that you have to be excellent in. Of course, we cannot guarantee that each and every one of you will get a scholarship or financial aid, but we can say that about 70% of the students receive some form of scholarship, either merit-based or need-based. For the need-based scholarship, um, you have to provide this financial assistance application, which
Maybe we can go on the page and show exactly like how to apply. We can show you exactly how it looks, the document. It is an optional one on how to apply. Um, as Alex told you, for the merit-based, you don't need to do anything extra. You just need to apply and submit the obligatory documents that we require for admissions in our university. Well, for the financial aid that is being given to you from the university, and if it's being given to you by the university, you need to fill up an extra document. It's an application form for financial assistance. And when you go to the page how to apply first year, then you see the last document is the financial assistance application. You press on it, and then it will lead you to the document to be filled by you and then printed, signed on the last page. This is how it looks, the application for financial assistance. We are here to help you. So probably we're going to make one more webinar on the financial aid application because from now it's not necessary to fill it. You can start with applying for the financial assistance and collecting the documents somewhere in January because we are going to update also the page for financial assistance. It is going to be for the academic year of 2018-2019. So do not hurry up to fill it right now in December. You still have plenty of time. We're just showing you how to find it. You can find it. You can find the instructions below as well. They are in Russian, so you can read together with your family. But first of all, read it and then ask questions if you have any. Alex is here to help you all the time as your counselor and advisor. So
yeah, I'm here for all your questions concerning the financial assistance and of course the entire application process. So we mentioned that we have early admissions deadline, which is really we highly recommend that you try to meet it. But if you don't, we have a regular admissions deadline. It is June 1st, and uh, either way, you are still going to be reviewed for scholarships. It's an automatic process, like Alex said. You don't have to state anywhere, declare anywhere that you want to have
Hey guys,
We apologize, but technology broke down again. Really sorry. And we pretty much covered what we had in mind to share with you as information. If you have any questions, this is the time where we'll be happy to answer. Keep in mind that we have an entire webinar with one of our colleagues, Pavel Tupau, about financial application and how to fill in these documents. So it might be really helpful for you too before you start filling in this important application and collecting these documents. You may want to see it too.
we're really sorry for the technology issues, but as everyone, we also have our birthday with for the technology, I think. But you guys, I really encourage you. If you have questions now, feel free to write them down. We are now on the stage where we can answer your questions. Um, is anyone from the people who would watch us having a question? Maybe we should see a bit more, and then we should wait a bit more.
We can continue with what you are sharing. Okay. So, would you like to continue with the scholarship process?
Mhm. As I already told you, there are three committees that you are passing once you submit all of your documents. There are three different committees that you're passing. First one is the admissions committee. They're going to decide if you're eligible to enroll in the university or not. They're going to check your GPA. They're going to check if you cover the admissions criteria, um, like also the English proficiency test, the extracurricular activities. Then there is the financial aid committee, which is going to review your financial aid application and actually decide if you really need some financial help from the university. And then there is the scholarship committee, who is also going to receive your documents as well and decides if you're eligible for receiving some scholarship. Um, we're most probably going to do another webinar and explaining in better details the process, the admissions process, and then the financial aid application, but it will be within a month or so, so you can you can follow. Okay, any questions? And the financial aid application. Fantastic, Shirley. Shirley, good evening. Oh,
All right. We see a couple. First is from. Let me see. Is from Gilim Gabdenova, probably. Is there any full financial aid for undergraduate international students? Well, we do have scholarships covering the full tuition for international students. And also, there's another opportunity when you apply. Like we said, we are going to be reviewed for merit-based and need-based scholarship. And this amount that is going to be covered could be partial or full. It depends on which scholarship you are going to be chosen for and what discount you will receive. So we are not able to tell you in advance discount is going to be and which scholarships are going to be applicable to your specific case. But this is something that you can see when you start applying. And when you finish your application, when you are reviewed within, well, after March 1st, let's say if you apply by March 1st, you're going to get an answer within the next month and you will see your personal offers. So you're going to see all the scholarships listed and everything else.
What is the other questions that we have?
The next one is from Bota Joldasova. She's in the 10th grade in Kazakhstan. Is it necessary to pass TOEFL or I can pass IELTS? So TOEFL is only one of the English proficiency tests that we accept. Is the other one. The minimum score required for it is an overall band of 6.5. You can actually see all the accepted English proficiency tests in the page that we showed you. And you can see the minimum score required too. Another question.
Is there any more questions? Are there?
Currently, we don't have any more questions. We're going to wait a little bit more. Again, we're really sorry that we got
Technology,
interrupted 2 times.
Uh, I, I would like also to tell you once again what benefit of the free. Okay, we have a question.
Will students be able to visit other campuses of the American University or any other dual degree? Yeah, actually, within your 4 years of education here, you will have plenty of opportunities to travel with our exchange programs. You can choose a university in Europe or in the United States and other countries in the world through our two programs. Within Europe, you can go to over 30 universities with the Erasmus Plus program that you may have heard about. And the other one is the ISEC program, where you can spend a semester or two in the United States or other countries available that we have partnerships with. It is really important to know that you are not going to have to pay the tuition fee of the university that you're going to. As you know, in the United States, the tuition fees are really high, and here you have your personal offer when you're enrolled, and it depends on how much is your own tuition, how much you're going to have to pay. You don't have to pay anything extra going to an American university in America. Opportunity.
This is the greatest benefit, yeah. Going to the States, the tuition fees are super high. And we, in our university at AUBG, we allow you really to come, pay the tuition here in AUBG, and then go for 1 year in the States, which is a great, great benefit, in my opinion. And a lot of students are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, many of them are traveling, and not only within these exchange programs, but almost every summer they go to the United States for a work and travel program, which is not a part of what the university itself offers. But this is an opportunity for students to go working during the summer and have money to pay for their own tuition. This is something that can help them fund themselves through education in the United States. As far as dual diplomas are concerned, this is something that we forgot to mention. Graduating from the American University in Bulgaria, you are going to receive a dual diploma, both accredited in the United States and in Europe. And it's important to remember that AUBG is accredited by the same institution that gives credit to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, MIT. So all doors all around the world are going to be open for you when you apply for jobs and continue your education, of course. We have another question. Is there any MD program in the university? This is medical?
Is this a master's degree or medical
Almira
degrees program?
Jakova.
Maybe medical degree programs, I think. Or
If you could clarify
can you clarify?
what MD stands for, and so we can answer properly.
Medical degree. Okay.
No, you can see our majors and minors offered in our
Website.
website.
Yeah.
In the website, in the section with majors and minors, several.
We have 11 majors and 18 minors that our students can combine. Like we have majors in business administration, history and civilization. Show you if you would like on the majors and minors. We're sharing our screen at the moment, I think. So when you go to majors and minors, are we sharing our screen? How to? Okay. So you just need to go to our website, guys, again, and then we're going to show you the majors and the minors available. Yeah, it's possible. So you can see 11 majors like in business administration, computer science, economics, European studies, history and civilization, information system, journalism and mass communication, literature, and you see why it's with the star. We are going to explain you now. Then mathematics, political science, and international relations, and self-design major. These are the secondary majors, and they're only accredited in the United States. So they're going to be only visible and written in your American diploma, not in the Bulgarian one. Um, Only the self-design major and the literature, only those one with stars.
And this is the list of the minors. It's a little bit longer. It's loading. You can go through it and see what you can ask to your major, actually. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. We are waiting for any other questions if you have. Really happy to answer.
Is it clear how to apply for the free institutional TOEFL, or are you like now more? Do you feel more aware how actually you're considered for scholarships? We actually want to thank our colleagues from Education USA, Astana,
Huge thank you
for the question. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And it was something actually that we forgot to mention about the dual diploma and the possibilities of going abroad on an exchange. As Alex told you, Erasmus and ICEP are really amazing programs that allow our students to go all over the world for a semester or a year.
We do not have a PhD currently at AUBG. We have master's programs. You can check them in the website too, but so far we don't have PhD programs.
Should we wait a bit more for questions?
Yeah, we're going to wait for a couple of more minutes, and after that, if we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap it up. course, feel free to contact me with all your questions via email, WhatsApp, or Viber. You can find my contacts under the Contact Us page in the website. Your counselors responsible for different regions. You're going to see Kazakhstan in my email and phone number. So feel free to reach out at any time.
Okay, I think maybe
Maybe we can, yeah, finish.
yep. I would like to thank all of you for the questions. It looks like there are no more questions to be asked, but as Alex told you already, you can always approach her via email, WhatsApp. Thank you guys for joining us and watching the webinar.
Thank you so much for your time and for those of you who remained watching. Sorry about the interruptions, and hopefully it was interesting for you and you will consider all the opportunities and look at your undergraduate education through different perspectives before you make this important decision. You know it's really difficult to choose at this point, so hopefully we provided interesting information for you. Bye.
Bye.